Hey y'all, what y'all doing? It's me, Felicia, and I am back to upload another video. Please subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it. But I really want you to subscribe because I've noticed checking my analytics that most of my viewers are people that have viewed my videos are not subscribed to the channel. They watch, but they don't subscribe. So subscribe to my channel, especially if you stop by here and view my videos. I would really appreciate it. Okay, let's go. Not going to waste any time. I wanted to upload this video to piggyback on the last video that I uploaded about young Black conservatives, millennials, who are, um, according to some, on the rise. So I just wanted to say this. Like I said, I'm piggybacking off of my last video. I really, really want to encourage Black people that are registered Democrats to unregister yourself as Democrats and re-register yourself as independent voters. Why? Because it's high time that you all stop allowing the Democratic Party to take your votes for granted, because that's exactly what they are doing. Excuse me. And what they have been doing for decades now, right? They don't have to do anything for your votes. They don't have to come with any type of sound legislation to get your vote. Nothing. They just come to the community every 4 years. Might pop up at a church, a Black church in the Black community every 4 years. They'll say little keywords or key sentences that they know are going to get you guys all in your feelings and emotional, and that's going to move you to vote for them based on your emotions. Things like, I carry hot sauce in my bag, I listened to Tupac when I was in college, or they'll take a picture with some fried chicken, or just things that they do and say that, in my opinion, are just really, really insulting as a Black person. It basically says that um, we think you're stupid. We think you lack intelligence, and we don't have to give you anything. We just pander and cater to your emotions and continue to psychologically keep you bound and mention Trump or the Republican Party, the GOP, and bam, we got your votes. Meanwhile, every other group or community of people are getting meaningful legislation passed. And I'm going to say it again: the LGBTQ community, the Asian community, the Mexican and Latino community. They are getting things done up there in Washington on that Hill. They are getting their concerns not only addressed, but they are getting solutions to their concerns, while you Black Democrats who continue to vote for Democrats are getting nothing. They continue to give you their asses to kiss. It's kind of like being at a table and everybody has a plate set for them. So when the dinner party comes in, everyone who has a plate, they sit down at the table and they're being served a full course meal with maybe some wine and some water or some juice, some coffee and dessert afterwards. Meanwhile, Black Democrats are kind of like, how a family is sitting and having dinner and they always have, like, well, not always, but some people have a little puppy or a dog, and the puppy or the dog will come sit either like right by the table or underneath the table, and they wait for the owners to like drop, some crumbs or give them a piece of meat or give them a bone. That's how Black Democratic voters are, basically. And no, I'm not going to apologize for saying it, and I don't feel bad for saying it. That's how you are. You're like the dog sitting at the table or under the table, waiting for the Democratic Party to just give you a piece of crumb, a pinch of meat, and a bone to chew on. Meanwhile, all of the other communities, the LGBTQ community, the Asian community, the Mexican Latino community, are sitting at the table. They have a seat at the table, and they are getting their plates full of what they want, what they ask for, what they demand. They are getting something for their votes. Okay? So stop being used Stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Stop just blindly voting for someone because they have a D in front of their name, their title, Democratic senator or whoever. Stop doing that, okay? Don't do that. Stop just voting for someone because they're black and they're a Democrat. Stop doing that. Y'all hear the train? It's a train, Union Pacific. Stop doing it, black people. Make these people work for your vote. Demand something for your loyalty that you have given them all these decades. All these decades. All of these decades. There is a midterm coming up. I believe midterms, I wrote it down, November 8th. November 8th, 2022. This is when you will have the opportunity to vote for your governors in some cities, your mayors. You'll be able to vote for your congresspeople, your senators, your U.S. House representatives. You need to go out and vote. And you need to just not vote for somebody because they're a Democrat. Okay? Research these people's history in politics. Read up on the legislations that they have backed, that they have authored, that they support. Because obviously you guys didn't do any of that with Joe Biden. Y'all just gave him a pass. And we all know that he is a lifelong segregationist. His best friend was the Grand Dragon of the Klan, and he even eulogized him at his funeral. He did not believe in busing back in like the 70s when they started the busing black kids from the inner city to schools in predominantly white and affluent neighborhoods. I know because I was one of those kids. I got bused from Baldwin Hills Elementary, which Baldwin Hills is not it's not a bad neighborhood. It's actually pretty nice. But I got bused from Baldwin Hills Elementary to Pacific Palisades Elementary. Had Joe Biden had his way, that would not have happened. You're not black if you don't vote for him, which basically he was just saying, hey, you belong to me in word. I'm not going to say the word because I don't want to get my channel struck. I don't want that. But yeah, basically that's what he's saying. It's like Joe Biden and the Democrats think they own black people and that you are supposed to give them your vote and they don't have to do anything for your vote. But what is a term that we always use and say in the black community? A closed mouth does not get wet. A closed mouth does not get fed. So if you don't ask for anything, you're not going to get anything. So I encourage all of you to unregister yourselves as Democrats and register as independents. Now, I'm not saying that you have to vote for a Republican. You don't have to do that. There are other people to vote for. You guys act like, there's only two people to ever vote for in a presidential election. There's actually more than two. You can write people in if you want to. You could have wrote in Bernie Sanders. Some people wrote in Kanye West. Like, you can do that. You have the power, right? You have the power to make the change, but you have to put it in your mind and take the initiative and come out of your comfort zone and actually do it so you can stop bitching and whining and complaining about how you hate how you voted for Joe Biden and how Joe Biden, he's not doing anything for black people. He never told you he was going to do anything for black people. And if you look at his history, he's never done anything for black people. He authored the crime bill. And because of that, a lot of your fathers, your sons, your uncles, your husbands, your men, they're still in jail doing long sentences because of that crime bill that Joe Biden authored. Okay? So, this is how you change your voter registration. You go to www.usa.gov, right? And this is what you will see. See that? And then you click on menu, which is on the upper right corner. You scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says voting and elections. You click on voting and elections and then you scroll all the way down again and you'll see voter registration. I don't know if you can see that, but it's the second link from the bottom. You click on voter registration and it'll say change your voter registration. It is the second link. See that? Change your voter registration. You guys probably can't see it because I'm too close to the screen. Once you do that, it'll take you to this page. See that? Change your voter registration. From here, it'll tell you what to do. You can either change your voter registration by going to the post office, going to the DMV. You can do it online. You can do it by phone. But you need to change your voter registration from being a registered Democrat and register as an independent. Why? This is what that is going to accomplish. If you have enough Black people to change their voter registration to independent voters, that will make Democrats think, wow, we're losing. I mean, God, we all these Black people changing their registration from Democrat to independent. They're really pissed off at us. They're really tired of us, pandering to them every 4 years. And then when we get in office, we don't do anything for them. Really, nothing. Give them a bone like a Juneteenth holiday. That's nothing. When other communities are getting meaningful legislation and millions of dollars, a holiday that covers everyone because it's Juneteenth is a federal holiday. So it's not just for Black people. All of America is benefiting from that, right? So that's just all I wanted to say. If Black lives really matter, you guys need to start acting like our lives really matter by the way you vote, and stop voting out of emotion, stop voting out of fear, and definitely stop giving your votes away for absolutely nothing, because that is what you're doing, giving your votes away for nothing. Nothing. So what? Nothing from nothing leaves what? Nothing. Always has and always will add to nothing. So that's all I wanted to say. Didn't want to make this video too long, but I'm just going to keep reiterating that point because somebody has to say it, right? If things going to change, you have to make the change. The change starts with you. If you don't do anything but stay complacent and sit around and bitch, whine, moan, and complain, you're going to keep getting the same thing that you're getting. The Democrats are paying you absolutely no attention. They're not paying you any attention at all, okay? Only when it's time for election. So again, we have a midterm coming up November 8th, 2020 for this entire country. Do the right thing, get educated, research these people, read, and stop voting for people simply because they're Black and simply because they're a Democrat. I wanted to say a few words about the Congressional Black Caucus, but I don't even feel like getting into them at this moment, okay? I'll save that for another video. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to my It's Felicia Talk. It's Felicia Talk time. Again, subscribe to my channel, please. Like, share, comment down below because I like interacting with people. I like talking to people. So leave me your comments and I definitely will respond. I respond to all of my comments, okay? Thank you for watching and you have a good rest of your evening. Bye-bye.